just want us to sit here and talk shit. This is what we be doing. Like, we be on, imagine we on the phone though. Like, I could be at work and this nigga coming through the car speaker, pause, and I'm just venting or he venting. So we about to show y'all how we really get down. First things first, it's still a challenge, of course, and we're gonna call this one a mimosa. You know, you've been sipping. I'm gonna let it slide.
I literally been sipping because I'm trying.
We about to chug these motherfuckers just to get everything flowing and going, and then we go talk. I ain't say chugging one sip.
Stop being a bitch and come on.
He might. I can't.
You struggling with it, or?
If any of you wondering, Monday Night Brewery does offer $5 mimosas, glasses of sangria, and something else that I can't remember on Sundays for Sunday Fun Day. Come get your money's worth.
The mimosa heavy.
We gonna get through it, y'all. Don't worry.
I'm telling you.
For those of you who don't know, this is my brother. Goes by the moniker of Gonzo, El Rondo, Ryan. You know anything, I guess. Sir, Mr. Evans, Ephraim and Cairo's pappy. Let's give me y'all some background story real quick. So, brother, how are things right now? As a single dad of two, assumed bachelor, a successful black man who has also been through the judicial system. With all those accolades and, arguably, I guess, some hindrances, how's life?
I say life is good. Life is good. It's, life is what you make it. I've been through a lot, so I learned to, even when I'm going through bad times or hard times, I always look at like the positive side, like, well, hey, it could be worse. And I know that's cliche to say, but I mean, it really could be worse. Like, a lot of people wake up complaining and stuff every day. You really don't know how good you got it. Like, you really don't. Like, I've been through a lot of stuff, like Flay said, on the judicial side of things, going to prison. I've been through divorce. I've been through financial situations. It just varies. You really got to just always wake up with a positive attitude. So I would say life is good. I could be going through the most, and I am going through the most. But I will always look at life and be like, there could be worse, or, I just got to appreciate the good. Try to make myself a better person, and, everything the universe will always see fit that everything will work out. As long as you putting the best foot forward with anything you're doing and always having a positive attitude, you always get good. It might not be the good you want. It could be something small, but you have to pay attention to when you do get these small little blessings and appreciate them.
Some people ain't wake up today, bro.
You see what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Little shit like that. I feel you. I want to be happy about that shit. But now you said something that I'm curious about, and I'm sure a lot of people probably are curious about who don't know, and it's something that might even be able to relate to you. But you mentioned divorce. And, in our generation, that's a common thing at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you get married and then you get divorced. And I mean, a lot of people do it soon. So let me first ask, how long were you married, and how long have you been divorced?
I was married for 5 years. I've been legally divorced for about, I want to say, probably been about 7-8 months now. But I was, separated for like 2 years.
Right.
Adding with the 8 months. So it's been about 2 years of solid separation.
Yeah. Okay. Now, for those who don't know, legally, separation and divorce, two different things, right? Okay, yeah. So how was marriage? Like, from the day you got on one knee up until the last day when it was really solidified, this ain't gonna do it. Like, I'm sure it's a roller coaster because y'all ended up divorcing, but overall, what would you rate it?
I would rate it about a 6. About a 6. Yeah, it'll be about a 6. About a 6.
Okay, kind of middle of the pack, not great.
Yeah, about a
but
6.
More on the positive side if you look at it. Yeah.
Right.
Give me, and you could be as quick or as long-winded as you want with this.
Gotcha.
Give me some goods, some bads. Just give me 3 goods, 3 pros, 3 cons about marriage that you would say.
My situation, the 3 good would be, my kids come from my ex-wife, so I have kids with one person. A lot of my good was, I would say,
that's rare.
See my kids every day. I would wake up in them every day, and I wasn't missing nothing. Like, that's like the top good for me when I was married. And I would say another good would be, I got introduced to like really being a family man, able to like calm down and like just sit down and be like, all right, I'm married, I can chill, I can focus on my family. I can do like man stuff like cut the grass, cook on the grill, be out in the yard, stuff like that, and handle like a bunch of important stuff. So like, I like that type of stuff. Like, I like being like a man's man. You know what I'm saying? Like I like doing that type of stuff.
Now, is it more so doing it for like your partner? Because you know people are saying you can cut the grass as a single man.
Well, yeah, you're doing it for everybody as a whole.
Gotcha,
Like I'm doing it for the
family.
partner, kids, all of us.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that's rare. You like that? That's a lot
I
of
love
people
that.
complain about that because like now I gotta pay for this for 4 people. You know what I'm saying? Even
I
about
love that.
the gesture. That's okay.
That made me go harder, like with working and stuff.
So you can
Like, my
afford it.
financial, yeah, because I can afford to get stuff. Just sitting around looking at stuff like, hey, I need this for him. He need this. My wife need this. She need this.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go harder. Let me work an extra 5 hours this week. Let me work an extra 10 hours this week, or whatever I'm doing. Let me put an extra foot forward into it to get some more money. So I can do this and do that, and still make sure the bills get paid. So that's one of the goods. A couple other goods. Bad, I would say. The bad part of getting married is it's like a double-edged sword.
Let him cook! I said let him cook!
Because what you think is bad may not be bad. A lot of the things that I thought were bad wasn't bad. I could have changed that bad. Or I could have put a better energy into it to make it good. I could have been man enough to change that bad and make it good. Or like I said, put my best energy towards it and hopefully it'll change. I don't know if it would have changed, but I'm saying that I could have been a better man in turning what I thought was bad into good. Yeah.
Well, stay selfish for me. Well, get selfish a little bit for me. No, I could have made something I did. Just keep it on your own.
Gotcha.
This is bad to me. In that moment when you felt it was bad, what was it? What was bad about it?
A lot of it for me was like laziness
Okay, from your partner?
for my partner. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Laziness for my partner. Things I wanted out of the relationship, I wasn't necessarily getting. And I felt like I was putting my best foot forward as a provider.
Okay.
Notice I didn't say as a husband, but
Right,
as a
as a
provider.
provider, yeah.
I felt like as a provider, I was putting my best foot forward. So a lot of things that I wanted, needed at that moment, I don't feel like I was getting from my partner.
Okay. One big example of something that you wanted and needed that you would consider her not doing it was lazy.
I would say maybe, and this didn't happen all the time, but it's just this is an example.
Right.
See, I come home after a long day, it's rough. Sometimes a man be needing women to just sit down and talk to him like, how was your day? How are you doing? What can we make it to do better? It just soothes you. All the time it's not about sex.
Cap.
Sex just, it helps everything out, but it's not like a defining thing of this is gonna make me have a better next day. This really has nothing to do with it. It just makes you feel better in the moment. Coming home one day, I had like a rough day at work. I was tired, hungry. I may have to come home and like maybe help fold clothes, help wash the dishes, help cook, help get the kids together. But simply maybe just one day out the week, I needed for her to just handle all this so I can chill, smoke, relax, and not have to be bothering anything. So I would say that would be like an example. And like I said, that didn't happen all the time. That's just an example I would lose of like laziness. A lot of
like,
stuff
you wanna
not done
have
around the house.
Okay,
Stuff
I
not
got
done
you.
around the house.
Just and a lot of people, you all, me included, and I'm just gonna give my bias here. I would consider that to be like the smallest thing.
Yeah.
You like when you marry now, you know for a fact cook and clean. At the very least, as
At
a
the very
woman,
least, yeah.
you go do that. And I mean, you know, even if you don't cook, I know this day and age, a lot of men prefer to cook. There's like a lot of men who are chefs, or you know, that's they love language to give to their woman. But cleaning up, house ain't put together. Yeah, I can see how that would feel like. Okay, something ain't right here. I'm doing all this. The least you can do. I'm out here busting my ass. You ain't paying. Even if you paying something, you're not paying majority. Not that it's a competition, but you got to pull that card when it gets to a certain point, right?
Yeah.
And again, I ain't been married, y'all. I don't know. I'm speaking off of what I've seen. I come from a 2-family household. So let's get there too, just so y'all can understand my opinion. Before we continue, you just mind like a quick. You ain't got a deep dive unless you want to, but a quick little resume. You know, 2-family household, 1 family, single mother, single father. How were you raised?
I grew up with a single mom, so I seen her struggle a lot. My dad was, you know, it was a different time. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 1989. So I grew up in the 90s, and it was a different time. That's not an excuse. Like I said, let me say that again. That's not an excuse, but it was a different time.
Definitely different.
I seen my dad every now and then. I can't say that I went years without seeing him. I would see him at least once a year. Whether I went down there, because I had a lot of family down there, so my cousins was down there where my dad lived. So sometimes I would go down there and stay with them for like weeks and stuff. So I would see my dad, but he wasn't there to like help. Like how I am with my kids now, even divorced, he wasn't there to help. So I see my mama struggle. Like I've stayed in Salvation Armies. I've stayed in transitional housing. We've almost had to live in our car one night. Like we've been padlocked out of an apartment before. So yeah, I've seen like, black women struggle for most of my life. I've seen my mom struggle a lot in my life. Now once I started getting older, getting into middle school, high school, things got better. And she was able to buy her own house until now, to this day, she's still owns her own crib, about to pay it off in a couple years. So like, I've seen good come out of everything, but yeah, I grew up single home, single mom, struggling.
Do you think that seeing that with your mom and living through it yourself, do you think that has some type of effect on why you look at providing as strong as you do? Like, I mean, just to the point where it's like, you don't hold it over anybody's head from what I've heard and know about you, of course, but just on this interview, what I've heard. But it do sound like being a provider is like a big thing for you, and you want to make sure you do that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
That's just like trauma. That's trauma that I endured young. Right. And then when you get older, you have to go through the motions of growing up, going through stuff, and you just kind of suppress that. And then that's, like I said, like, that's hard telling your wife, like, hey, I have trauma, so hey, I might cheat on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I have trauma on providing. I'm gonna provide and do the best that I can, but I also need you to do this one thing. If you don't do it, I'm gonna go out and do whatever. So yeah, it's this trauma that I suppressed, seeing my mom struggle, and me having kids and having a wife. I'm like, okay, this is how I'm supposed to do it. I'm supposed to provide for my family. I'm supposed to go to work, blood, sweat, and tears, carry my lunch pail, come home, be with my kids, and wake up and do it the next day. You know what I'm saying?
You mentioned something that I know people want to hear for sure. Cheating.
Yeah.
So let me just rip the Band-Aid off. Have you ever cheated when you were married?
Yes.
Do you have any reasoning behind or any explanation of why you cheated, or is it just niggas cheat because niggas want to cheat?
I was horny. Plain and simply was horny. Wasn't out looking for another wife or nothing like that. No, just horny.
Now, as a married man, I have to ask and pause, why were you horny?
Well, so a lot of things add up to that. So like for me, I can only speak for me, but me, I just got tired of the same thing. You do the same thing, you work hard. Like I said, you may be expecting something from your wife and she may not be getting it. But as a man, you have to be strong enough to say, okay, I need to talk to my wife, I need to do that. But like I said, in my situation, I wasn't strong enough to say that. So I went out and cheated. But the main reason was because she wasn't doing something necessarily that I wanted.
The example we got was like cleaning. So let's stay there. She don't clean the crib, so now you're horny. But because she's not doing her duty, you're not horny for her? Or is her not doing stuff sex related too?
Well, it could be a lot. We had kids in the household. So it could be like the kids was driving us crazy. We fell asleep. We planned to do something that never happened. Then that thing just lingers on for days and days and days and days. The laziness stuff is fairly small. Right. Because if it got too bad, I'll just do it my damn self. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that didn't have nothing to do with was I sexually turned on with her or not. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That was just shit just like I see and just be like, damn, I wish you would do this. But it's okay if you don't. We'll figure it out. But that doesn't lead to me saying, oh, I wanted to cheat because she's lazy. I cheated because I was horny. Simply horny. It's hard for both parties to communicate and be like, hey, this is boring. I'm tired of doing this. Most women are gonna submit because they love you and they married you. They're not gonna say really much until it gets to the point where it's just like, I just can't handle this no more. And most men not gonna say nothing either because, like I said, they can just go out and cheat. Most men that was on like what I was on, I can't speak for every man, but
I keep it solely with you, of course. So when you say it gets boring, certain like the same position, or because the same you said like we planned it, like that stuck out to me. Like thinking about playing sex alone makes me want to blow my brains.
Sometimes you have to do that with kids.
And that was that was the thing. And like kids in the house, boom, okay, boom. I'm just me again. Y'all don't got kids clearly, but like is it stuff like even with, let's say it's one of them nights y'all about to get it in. Is it just like because it's the same woman, or is it the same positions, or like what is it?
Same position, same thing.
Like a routine,
like
though. Like eat you out first, do this next, that. Okay.
Next. Fall asleep and blah 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 blah.
No excitement, no spontaneous shit. No. Okay.
If I had enough excitement in my marriage, I'd still be married.
Ooh. Yeah, if I had say that one more just in case. Yeah. Backup boys.
If I had enough excitement in my marriage,
Yeah.
we would still be married.
Interesting. That's one of my fears. You spend you see somebody and you're like, the rest of my life. Now in
Yeah.
comparison, you and I, now for y'all who don't know, we have no blood relation, but this is my blood brother. I plan and imagine being old and still talking to you, or we got a ranch beside each other with our families, but we
Right.
live in, you know,
Yeah.
just anything like that. So no homo, but it's easy for me to look at like a friend, a cousin, a brother, rest of our life.
Right.
But with the same woman and sexually committed in a relationship, faults and all, why do you think it's so different? Like, it's easy for you to, I assume you would look at me the same way, a brother,
Yeah.
rest of your life, right?
Yeah.
But a woman can easily be replaced or even replicated.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's so easy for us to keep that loyalty towards one another, and then we so easy just to get rid of women once we not happy? Like, I'm sure I've made you mad
Yeah.
before. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like, why
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
so easy for us to do it the other way?
It's just a genuine friendship. And that's with anybody. You just have a genuine friendship with anybody. If my divorce went genuine and both parties wanted genuine, you know, just happiness for the other person, like just regular happiness for the other person, any situation would be solid and it would be good. And it'd be like me and my brother, we just always cool. And sometimes we get mad at each other, we not feeling each other. Pause when I say that. But it's the shit is genuine. It's human nature you're gonna disagree about stuff. Like that's
Yes.
gonna happen. But
Yes.
if we disagree and we just fall out and it's just all bad, then it wasn't genuine in the first place. So I would say if everything was genuine and you loved that person like on some friend type stuff and it was just all friendly, everything will go smoothly. But a lot of times it don't be genuine, but you don't know that until you fall out.
Yep.
I don't think a lot of stuff was genuine. I think a lot of stuff was made to hurt the next person or see how up I can do. Like it's a competition. I used to tell my ex-wife all the time. I still do if I get the chance to tell her. Like, we're not in competition. Like, I'm not in competition with you. Like, I don't know why it's not a competition. Like, when I have the kids, I'm not trying to do better than what you did the previous weekend. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
fuck a lot of girls to make you mad, or I'm
Yeah.
not trying to up what I think you did. Like, you know, stuff don't be genuine no more, man. That shit makes me sad. After my divorce, after I was done with my significant other, I wanted the best for her. If she would have moved on and been with a guy like married and he wanted to have kids with her and he really loved her better than I did, bro, I would have been so happy for her. I would have literally went to the wedding and everything. Cause I have no malice in my heart. Like I really don't. I really have like really no malice in my heart when it comes to that. But when you play games and hold stuff from people, hold stuff over their head, or try to control people,
Yep.
yeah, I have a problem with that. That's not cool at all. Cause I wouldn't do you like that.
So I gotta ask then, why did you get married? If you just, the day you proposed, why would you say you felt like this was the woman you wanted to spend the rest of your life with?
Because I thought it would get better.
What?
I thought our relationship would get better. I thought she would grow into a better person, a better mom. That almost got an accident.
We almost just seen a hell of an accident.
A hell of an
Damn.
accident. It's like
He
kids
would've
over there
killed
too.
him.
Yeah,
Yes,
literally kids over
it could have been terrible.
I thought that I was gonna be how I was when I got out of prison and we started like dating and stuff. And I was like, you know how crazy I was over here when I first got out of prison?
Oh, I remember.
I thought that's how I was gonna be with the marriage. I thought I was gonna just be deeply in love with this person and just every day can't just wait to get home to just smack on the ass and kiss her. I thought that's what I was gonna feel. And like I said, right before I proposed to her, we found out she was pregnant with our second son. And I just felt like I was doing the right thing. And I wanted something different from how I grew up. Like I didn't grow up with a dad in the home, just me and my mom.
Yep.
So I was like, for my kids, at least I can do, I was financially straight then. I was still moving up the company I used to work for then at the time.
Yep.
I was still moving up. So I'm like, I can marry her and be like that provider that she needs. Our relationship was rocky before we got married, but I thought the marriage was gonna make it better. Like I didn't go to the marriage expecting to cheat. I really wanted to be with this person for the rest of my life. And I would have had sex with one woman for the rest of my life.
You were that invested.
Yeah, I was that invested. Yeah.
You were willing, but you were thinking this is gonna fix. So there were already problems present based on what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, okay, we got another kid on the way.
Right.
We already having these issues. The really only thing I can see that's even going wrong is I haven't even given myself to you 100%, and that knowing, and then most women want to get married from my experience.
Yeah.
So knowing that that's something that she probably wanted, I assume, right?
Yep.
So you're thinking, let me do this. This is gonna fix all the little problems, because you said the whole time the problems are little, and you could have
small
even fixed them if you wanted them to. Yeah. Looking back on it, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting, bro, because it ties into what you said earlier, of why you and I could have a falling out. I mean, we could, and God forbid, but we could have a physical fist fight,
right?
And I would have no worries. I don't care if it takes 10 years. I know for a fact I'm not leaving this earth without us making up,
right?
But that friendship and that genuineness, that genuineness that you mentioned, starts. So I like to touch on that when it comes to. And this ain't about you specifically. I just want your opinion though, because you're the one that brought it up, and it's a very valid point. When it comes to men and women and them becoming in a relationship, even if they are friends, when you friends with a woman at first, I'm just gonna get my spiel and I want you to go. When you friends with a woman at first, I would say about 6 out of 10 men, and I may even be on the lower end, but 6 out of 10 men, they friends with women with intentions. It's like, I can be your friend because maybe one day I'm maybe not, but either way, and even if it's not that, it looks good to be a man who has female friends, especially if they're attractive.
Right.
But let's say you friends with a woman, y'all end up being partners together, years go past, you stay with somebody, you around them all the time. This is why I say you need to live with somebody before you marry them, at least for a year, in my opinion. But you start to see the real them. They start to see the real you. We put on masks every day. Even if you dating somebody, she don't see you 24/7.
Right.
Even if she spend a night for a weekend, Right. But when you married and you fully committed, you see each other. So the question is, was there ever really an established friendship? So my question to you, do you feel like men truly have a friendship relation with women? Like, can it truly be man, woman, we're just friends, and both attractive, both would date each other, but they're actually friends, and then it can develop to the point where it's like, this my nigga, we cool, so if we fall out, we go figure this shit out. You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. If it is, it's a small percentage.
I agree. I agree.
It's a very, very small percentage. But I would say this day and age, no. Most men are going to want something from the woman.
Agreed.
Whether it's sex or not, but it's just like, even if they do want sex, a woman is already going to think like relationships and stuff. He might not want a relationship. He might just want to have sex with you and still be cool with you and kick it with you. But that's just the nature of a man. That's just who we are. You really have to take that up with God. Like, for real. Like, he made us this way.
Is that a friendship though?
So in my opinion, yeah, it would be a friendship. Okay. Whether y'all had sex or not. Even if you did have sex, I would say that's a friendship. But I don't think men should use, if you're not having sex, you should still be a genuine friend to this person.
Agreed.
Yeah, I do believe that you still can be, because I do that sometimes too. I've had women been friends with, and I'll think like, oh damn, I sure like to have sex with her. But if I don't, I'm not gonna just kick her to the curb. I still fucks with her. Some guys are immature, so they'll fall out, call you the B word and stuff like that, when all they really wanted was sex in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there's guys who are mature who do want sex, but they don't care because they got whatever going on. It's just like, you cool at the end of the day. It depends on how mature or not mature the guy is.
So how do you feel women can kind of, we're just trying to help y'all out, ladies, how do you feel women can kind of differentiate between a male friend with an agenda versus a male friend that just would happen to fuck?
Women be knowing, man.
You think they be knowing?
Yeah, they be knowing, bro. You know they be knowing. That's that bullshit. They can sit here and say they don't be knowing. Women be knowing, bro. That's the many traits of a woman, bro. They play this shy, Delilah role. Delilah from the Bible, that's who I'm referencing. They play this whole little role of innocence and all of this. It's like you always told me, bro, it's a game.
It is.
It's all a game.
It is.
Women be knowing the guys that want to have sex with them. 9 times out of 10, every guy or woman was trying to be a friend with, if he ain't gay, he want to have sex with you. And women be knowing that, bro. And then something to happen with a guy bring it up or whatever the situation to happen, and they'll act so surprised, like whatever. Like, man, we be knowing. I'll play the game how I go, bro. Because at the end of the day, playing that game for a lot of men is going to get you what you want.
Yes.
No matter if you might be her friend for a year, she fall out with the nigga, the guy she was talking to, having sex with, she's running to you. Now, as a man, you have 2 decisions to make.
2. They simple, too.
They simple as hell. You can talk bad on the guy, to try to get in there even more, or you can take the other route and be like, look, baby, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I pray for you. You can come over here and chill. We can console. Anything you need, come holler at me. Women be knowing, man. I don't want to hear that. Y'all women slick. Y'all real slick. Slick as a can of oil. Y'all women be knowing, man. I don't want to hear that.
I want to see what you was gonna say. That's real,
knowing, bro.
That's real. That's real. I think they know as well,
yeah,
brother.
because women don't play that game too, where they'll flirt a little bit and throw you a little something.
They want to keep it. They keep this nigga on top.
They want to,
keep
bro.
It. That's that good wine. We gotta keep that in the back, nigga.
Got to, boy.
Keep that shit on top.
Women know who to keep around, man.
Hell yeah,
they're smart,
they do.
Man. You got to think they matured before we did.
Oh wait, they figured out the game. We was still fucking. We was like, oh, it's a game.
It's a game.
And they was like,
it's a game.
Level 8, nigga. Yeah. So as a single man, what would your advice be to? Yeah. What would your advice be to any single man if they feel like they in a place of? How can I describe it? They in a place where they want to fuck with a woman seriously. No particular woman. Just I want to find one. But right now, it's married women out here fucking, single women out here fucking, it's women in relationships out here fucking. Situationships, STD, positive, just spreading it, STD free, and fucking raw or fucking with condoms, whatever. Everyone out here is doing what they want to do based on physical attraction, emotion, and you know, however far you can get in there. And that could be how they feel about the person or how what's going on in their own personal life, which is going to influence them. What would you say to a single man trying to find love right now? As someone who has been in love, fallen out of love, you know, your whole experience.
I would honestly say work on yourself. You got to work on yourself first. Like, the women are going to come. You don't even necessarily got to be at a bar, or you have to be at the club, or have to be at some kind of dating app or whatever. You can meet women anywhere, bro. You can meet women at the grocery store, gas station, doing any of the little life things you do.
Yep.
I would say mainly work on yourself, bro. Like, work on financial status, getting better things in life. If you got kids, work on your relationship with your kids. All of that stuff you have to work on, because at the end of the day, that's what really matters. You being single and trying to find another girl, like, nobody cares about that. Like, that don't really matter. That stuff is gonna come. It may seem hard now. It's like, oh, I'm not at the spot. I'm not here. I'm not there. I ain't gonna never meet nobody. Nah, bro. You can meet women anywhere, bro. It's women anywhere that you can holler at. Work on yourself. All of that that stuff is gonna come. That is like the worst. That has to be the worst spot.
I mean, they trying to wreck. Like this right here. If you get in a wreck over here, you obeying the law.
I mean, damn.
You supposed to wreck right here, nigga.
Literally. Once you become a better person, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, stuff is gonna line up. I promise you. Like, it may not seem like it now, but everything is gonna line up to where you're gonna meet that certain someone. And it might not be the woman of your dreams, and it might not be the person you marry with. It might be a person you have, y'all chill, you know, you might have sex with time to time. It's just a person that's gonna be a part of your life for this season. A lot of this stuff is just cause and effect, man. The cause of me working on myself, being a better person, the effect of it is it puts me in new places. I'm in a new environment. I meet new people. I meet new women. I'm meeting the type of women that I've always wanted to meet. So you just never know. But the whole bottom line is you got to work on yourself. Because if you go somewhere messed up, then you're just going to be messed up people. It's going to be some time. It should be lonely. Flay told me. Flay, my brother, had to tell me about this. He was like, bro, you're going to need to go through a period in life where you are lonely, bro. You're going to have to go through that crying out phase where you're going to be fucking crying tonight. Lonely. Thinking you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing going on. But even still through all that, you got to stay focused. Keep going to work. Keep doing whatever you're doing. Make the money. The money is not going to change everything, but it's going to make it a whole lot better. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's going to make it a whole lot better to where you can get up one day, you can go up and like, hey, I want to do this. I want to ride to the beach. I want to go to the mall, buy some shoes. I want to do whatever. Little stuff like that, that's like rewarding your own self. But like the discipline and the stuff you've been going through. So like I said, even if you going through stuff,
be nice to the table.
I'm sorry, if you depressed or anything.
I got y'all. My nigga cooking, boy. He trying to tell you this. What the fuck you
trying to get the point down pat?
Johnny had 3 apples. Goddamn it. Part 1. This next part we go shift into a different topic. I just wanted to ask these questions so y'all can get a background, understand who you were talking to. But this next part we go get into the life of side bitches, entertaining multiple women at once. We go life after marriage, life after death. You know what I mean?
There's a lot.
Stay tuned, motherfuckers. We'll be back.
Yes, sir. God damn it, I feel good, Flake. Good God almighty, bro.
You started cooking.
Yes, sir. I start beating